example number 3, and the question I have for you is 2a squared minus 3 multiplied by 5a squared plus 1. Okay, and so let's see, how does this work? Well, what you essentially need to do is, again, you take the first term. Let's do it the long way. So we're going to take the first term, which is 2a squared, and multiply it by this entire factor, this entire bracket that you see over here, into 5a squared plus 1. Right, and then we're going to take the second term that we see, which is minus 3, and multiply that by 5a squared plus 1. Okay, and now let's work it out. Let's do each part. That times that times that, right? That times that, and that times that. Righto. Okay, so what is happening over here is, let's see what we break down. That is equal to, let's first multiply the signs. When you don't see any sign in front of a number, you've got to know that that number is positive. So this is positive 2 multiplied by positive 5, which gives me 10. And then a squared multiplied by a squared is a to the power of 4. Right? And then we say 2, positive 2 times positive 1. It's a positive times a positive, which gives me a positive. And then it's 2a squared multiplied by 1. And anything multiplied by 1, as we've seen in the previous videos, is just itself. So that's going to give me 2a squared. Okay, then over here, I've got negative times positive, which is negative. 3 times 5 is 15, and that's just a squared. Okay, then a negative times a positive is a negative once again, and it's multiplied by 1. So it means whatever I've got here, and I'm multiplying this thing by 1, it's going to be that same thing. So it's negative times positive is negative, and 3 times 1 is just 3. Now we need to see, are there any like terms? Well, over there I'm counting a squareds, and there I'm counting a squared, so those are examples of like terms. So let's add that up. That's going to be 10 a to the power of 4 minus 3, and positive 2a squared minus 15a squared is going to be negative, and we just take the difference of that, which is going to be 13a squared. Okay, so let's see if we can use the other method, and I encourage you to learn both methods, because as things go quicker, the other method will basically leave out this middle step and multiply directly from this thing over here. So let's take that same question. Okay, 2a squared multiplied minus 3 multiplied by 5a squared plus 1. Now this one's fairly easy because there's a 1 involved, because when you see anything multiplied by 1, that's more or less going to be the same. So that multiplied by that, right? These two are multiplied by each other. Then these two are multiplied by each other. Okay. And then these ones over here with each other, and these ones over there with each other. Okay, so let's see what that's going to look like. Let's start with the blue numbers. 2a squared times 5a squared. 2 times 5 is equal to 10, and a squared times a squared is a to the power of 4. Remember, when the bases are the same, all you need to do is just add the exponents, right? Okay, then we say the last one over here and the last one over here, that's minus 3 times positive 1, and anything multiplied by 1 is just itself, so that's going to be minus 3. Okay, so now let's do the red ones. There's the inner red, which is the one I'm starting with, and that's minus times a positive, which is minus. 3 times 5 is 15, and we're left with a squared. Then we do the other one and we say positive times positive is positive. 2 times 1 is 2, and then there's just a squared. So now I can add up the like terms, and I can say, well, a to the 4 is different from a to the 2, so I can't add them together. And here is like an invisible exponent. This is actually a to the power of 0, but we don't see it over there. So this is going to be 10 a to the power of 4. And don't watch this video and just watch. Don't do that. You need to pause, play, rewind, and write at the same time. Okay, so there's my minus 3, and these two are like terms, and because they are both counting a to the power of 2, I can add them together and I get minus 13a squared. Okay, so that's our next binomial by binomial example.